No, I was just saying, sir. You know, I say United States, say, some run at the beach or my mudia. Na, she say, we may be uncomfortable with the arrangement, but no cry woman is a Mampenu to me. And Yentimi found to me no and to traditional authority.
Okay.
There is a huge difference.
All right.
Watch us here. And we may disagree with the president, and I certainly have my issues with the way things are run in this country. But and also in Chese no credit America to the extent that we are now beginning to equate and even suggest traditional authorities to me chairman. I don't think no question no. And yes, Anna, when we begin to make comments like that, it would appear as we are emboldening traditional authorities to take some of our laws hostage. And I don't think say will be a engine to say you know medium or hinuna ye. I mean, what does it spoil say yeah kind and I two national anthem now so as for regional. And you are not giving Nidiana would demand national anthem and ye mampenyu. Would need no magana mine? Would need no ma wankasa any yina? Nti say obepacha odia me fi say yem manensi hwa na yen emani you can say suade ema nyina going forward say look, it's important to respect some values of this country, and that includes having respect for our national anthem.
I have so I have no the text message. I have see a national anthem
you see no mean cause you see no be what you be can one day na wa ko kasa
I'm say so what minimum was study have you monitored say bribia mampani wo bia yebo national anthem na camera no da no nkwa so
most of the time
pendo do now
wo dey asoma can say wo want to unya botrem kwa hwe ya wo dey feel dey ko wo dey wa for ntipom be a bribia mampani wo bia ye bi say Independence Square say hwan say dia ba bibia wo gina biara at that moment no the national salute no ye dey man. And when you talk of having been a security officer before, national salute no mampani dey ye bo national anthem no man. Every other person they may play any other song for you, okay? But the president and the vice president normally they take the national anthem. So on the whole moment, you want national anthem na and amano. Na nti ye bonus sign and prepare instead of can no camera no and as a TV for what be obi no the camera no to mampani no so. Omo aka no hu and as be omo won days no so na be ya nche mo no pe ana be hu. The Emma may try to be a say. Or he was whatever.
There be Cobona confessing. Oh, or he would have pass him. Mempasa, only gonna make it. Mempasa on Netixan. So, Nanano, one pay anymore. A man in a minute, Tini, but who are they? They won't pay anymore. Yeah, who are they here? Me whom Mampani and go for to Tunansa. That is what I saw.
Where is this coming from?
But manage what they are saying.
There
be a corner to watch us. Or do one Jimmy. Number or see. Number
Or to Tunansa.
Yes,
it's not fair.
I saw the video.
What are my was manage bre. Now, on Timmy Transan for in Chile, say no quality. You want your phone for the all cancel.
Make us a production team no hard man away. They can put the video on.
No, so to say this
you know. I am describing what I saw in the video.
No,
so why yes I move video no
Koso.
As I'm talking. That is what I saw. Order the minister, the regional minister said on cock baby sing. As was one on the camera and voice and mammy who say no catches be on here no. But we saw that.
Yeah, but I shot them maybe.
Your boy and I know draw the minister attention.
But also not also yeah,
and the
person say what I shot them no. Camera
number 3
so that clarity.
I know number 3. So person me dey come ma say you anthem ni na person me kan sabe kan sama but you
say got the impression that
me say
that is why I came
here me say anytime be a ye boss ade no the cameras are positioned to the president. So Hong Kong, you position to one on the sun, be an penny for no material. So, the cameras are always on him. Okay, and prepino, or no any patron who was sending home, Cassie, as I be a wow grounds. So only grounds the cameras hardly go around most of the time. At the better non quans what to be a Anton Billy. As I see a camera move from days into other sectors, or other sections of but become 1 year program now. So the Americans is Ohina and as be said, Papa, sorry, Ohina, yes, my rhythms and some content, what this segment about one thing. Individuals are young so funny, but in terms of what he find because I'm in Kruku now with this one,
been passive.
Exactly. I didn't know that. And as my home video no. But the video never want and nam so my papa no and so he this segment about one thing nyina na say. Ye hu video amampani buafu. Etutu ne asoma na regional minister. So onko baabi. Ama ampa papa no so twe ne hu fi ne nchen esane days no ekọ baabi. Say what you mind. And you could see from bibia se na mampani buafu pa. Me that is where my concern is.
Why not?
Didn't me concern wo ni. I'm not in support of the fact that Panam Pigeon Manas or Hinam Pigeon Moon, my Tini. Nemo me concern, they say. Mampani won't mean food, Dumisa. Tinie. Mampani, ne won't mean food, Dumisa. Be announced your video near to watch your video. And you agree with me. Ne won't mean food, Dumisa. We are penny. So, or hearing boy, you be in Kaya. What's a Mampani program? You have a back. Chomza opoa obasa akotia mpanifo na jobo na sene back asana ne ka akofo entiga do hin nche na wona kasana na say mi na course we dey next time bo man se bia wunye sei ni die mu kama bible say dey se fuma ni mu empani anim omahene abontin yedwam na mampani odi animu ne boafu ne hu odwam tutu ne nsa saade come on entwaye we can never add anything to this to make it genuine. And yet the writing and the percent and the writing. Video one goes should be sure when you
oh my so
area question money we
maybe I know find something you know.
Okay, so a boy in a the man pay
video no.
It is doing common as if you're not so
video no and they see ya. You will agree with me say no matter what happened there. Papa na ohina I mistake there now so and the right reaction I had many.
Oh come on.
Money we.
So are you saying it is right for him to have gotten angry in public? The president? Not an ordinary man.
The problem is that we might obscure the problem by trying to equalize.
I am not equalizing anything. No, hold on. You guys are not getting me right. Tell me. I'm not saying what the chief did was right. But the reaction to it was wrong.
Okay. That's a fair point.
No, so what are we talking about here?
The attitude of the chief.
That is it.
Maybe you see, you cannot talk about the attitude of the chief and ignore this that happened.
No, we are not ignoring. But
don't say that. You can't just ignore. I mean, pay attention to a particular event and ignore the rest. All right? He reacted. Did he react or not? Play video.
He did.
Was the reaction right?
It is right for me.
You see. That the president will get angry. You will be an MP sitting by me here. You will not.
But
you see, you can't say that will be into obesity. You cannot be doing that.
So what would you have him do?
President, no. Listen, I said it here. So tell me about it. The catcher was a mistake.
I think about. Yeah, simple.
All right.
Did kai who admit say anamontuo no oheneni 2 year no enya ni so.
Of course.
The tosubium ujidi say a national anthem so the article enyina yenim no edimu ye pa it doesn't matter who you are. Say how no ye said the say kwan amampa fa so or react after national anthem.
Disproportionate.
Okay,
that's wrong.
Okay,
so, okay.
And money we everybody.
And that's not like what that's baby.
And na adrenaline
video near still.
That would do video that then
go. Video
no.
That's fine. So any my won't play another. So massively. Penny or him no animal 2 hours 2 years 1 page anymore. Like 7 million like and then 70 by academy names or him will put be 1 page anymore. All right. Yeah. But national anthem, there me a medical principle on mine. Me no say about national anthem. We all come to attention and give the appropriate compliment. nti de ne kwan so an so what I say nti asaka obi o bi na won salute mpo na wa de opagya ne mugina tenten simplicity but the American say he no I am from so but do you think that the reaction that should have been done in public
I feel no work out points and Matthias
okay nipa mu hona obi agina hobi no nanka no ye and say the reaction say ban eno no de babani ye na ah hwe video na de waka wasam
okay it's no obahen
play the video na wa anka so ma hene wa yi an say the moment American and the right no
so
catch me
obahen
so play video na de wa hwe so wo hwe ya wo de wa ma hene wa tra hwe na bi sa wo say papa no hira ayan from so de ya jatum na ntinifo so nya tin the reaction say kedema no anu ni ana e oni pam
atik
atik okay
I'm sure
all right ai
nti when a lawyer can wasem
okay nti no obahen atik edikan akire atik edikan akire
but not necessarily proportionate to.
that is your opinion
okay,
that's your opinion
we di ka akire national anthem no ehun fasodie ene emudu a etie ewo mani mu now president ono any the soul and the embodiment of the state or function say the wookie what's watching him as a former security person watching him say yeah about national anthem no where the president is and the vice president won't come there national anthem no you're born in a specific way now president wookie say ebufu mpo be share ni mu a odi obuo ni die ma national anthem eteki ni salute wieye obotol ebufu ni ade ewu mu
That's how important it is.
so that's here obotol sadi na because enye say ye bo anthem ni wieye so hu so he na ti ho say eyade a ontimi control ni hu a enkasa bre no betima ka say ye ma no so ye sorry but ojina mu ehun say obuo ni die a be ma national anthem yi me de bema me abo awie but ya bo awie a me nipa ye nyina oban susuma yesum no aye nim se ye bo national anthem a ehye patriotism ehye niema bebre na ohen no sabe se nim na onimu a woti ho no ma ada wojam ni se ko ka kire no ona se na wogya no to ho no mu and I will share president say ebufo at least I commend the president to say when join national anthem no sabri input na one react sabri no but or uphold the sanctity of the national anthem no na also mu e fa salute ni wie answer work as monko kan kire no na adan na adan
and you want kasana we
na adan and I'm say ebia mia ebia mia pa I can national anthem over here I can
he wouldn't do that he wouldn't do that he wouldn't do that
ebia mia pa akabra yebo national anthem no akayebo national anthem no
do him ntia
na meka say monk sorry ebia me we be fi me hu kran maka say be sorry because me bu national anthem no do so they say at the end of the day no ye nyina enim say ye bo a obia sorry even ADCs muni ade nyina no
they salute after this year
so they say it is say obuo ni die awade mu say that president wo ho amman pedifo nyina wo ho na so ohen no e decide so better na ho no mu a
all the other chiefs stood up.
That's it.
Have you listened to the man's statement? What's his statement?
He
has given his reason why.
Yes.
Okay.
Which reason is?
So yari.
What can I say? Why?
Also do yari.
Yeah, no tiapo.
Thank you.
Ana Jumedin ye shase late.
Me.
Bra na so me Jumedin ase no.
And yes about no difference.
My friend say
e tro mata sia chara.
O man we dey Mr. Mika. On Antico grounds so.
Yes, on Antico.
How many
Antico?
Oh no,
no, you can't. No, I mean no.
Say your no aka. O tie your no aka wa.
You can't.
O tie your no aka na.
How can I say?
Onya bridge hokra even to the extent that oyare nyina no. O say gina hope o say. I would like to state for the records that I did not elect to willfully refuse to stand to observe the national anthem.
Thank you.
No patriotic son of the land would do so, let alone the chief, more so in the presence of the president and other distinguished guests. I did not stand to observe the national anthem because I felt weak. Even though I was not well,
and was on medication. I had endeavored to attend the program because I shared in the vision of the president for the Green Ghana initiative. I was hoping everything would go as planned so I could retire home in time to continue with my recuperation. Unfortunately for me, the program commenced rather late. I had been sitting for a considerable period of time and thus felt weak from the efforts of the medication and my ill health by the time the national anthem was being observed, which was why I was unable to stand on my feet to observe it.
But as good as they are. I said, me see a cane never join who knew so oh, hey, na patrol. Yen from to your
after that, even though I was not feeling well, I did my best to stand up on my feet for the opening prayer and subsequently the second observation of the national anthem at the end of the program in reverence to the president and all the distinguished guests. This is contrary to the erroneous impression being created in some circle that I sat through the program.
We necessarily because if you could stand for the last part of the last national anthem, what stopped you from standing for the first one? And it was subsequent to the reaction of the president.
Yes, sir.
You see, every woman can cry. You see, or say, or buy no. Now what's not check? Now what's not check? So you can. Now what's not check?
Hello, not just the opinion.
No,
I'm
speaking to the facts as contained in the statement.
Yeah.
Or say, or buy no, or better now what chair? Until now, are you weak? Until the first anthem, no one to me and observing national anthem. No. Can one say, as he was sitting there, no, nothing miraculous happened. He was still ill.
Obi a minute.
What I say?
Obi a minute. I'm not in it.
Just statement. Statement.
No, Pentema Kufia Konum.
No, or see, first one because he was weak. All of a sudden, Obey strong for the last one. And the last one was subsequent to the reaction of the president.
That's it. Anyway.
What you are saying?
I say in reverence to what the president.
Which means he has revered the first national anthem. So choosing not to stand up and later say, oh, now on Tia Ponti. It defeats your later
lawyer propaganda. No.
My point, I still stand by my point. Me say, I'm not promoting your hand here. My committee cannot. Oh, now but now I cannot just come and sit here and condemn him so he and pigeon when the end of will be a candy. But president that could any problem. I mean,
it's not overreact.
That's me. That's my opinion.
Okay.
What does it? What does it? I mean,
the last one crying.
Oh, Masa. I mean,
okay. So because of time, I think all issues three the down table. So pick one. Then go quick. Now for you wrap up.
Me that see. O man hini. Em say
over 3 not to go.
Just one.
I want you.
E da come so.
Hey,
train mo shima o.
E bia ye de.
Kasi muntem na ko so we train one so.
Mo ne hin kra na.
I don't know if
I think okay.
I'll just okay. Let me start. Then na me di kakra bi asha say.
Yeah.
Family sha say. Mami sha say free OSP no ehun semsem bebrebe na aba no. Let me make this preliminary comment. I think say OSP no, and I've had cause to complain about it appears their approach is for the most part untidy. In the sense that then it lends itself to all kinds of controversies are here. You see, yes, say almost started investigating Professor Frimpong Martin since October 2022. Is it not too good to be a coincidence? Sir, immediately after ordering Betu Jano, there is renewed interest in proceeding with investigations and so on and so forth, inviting him to the extent that now say more man bill and as for me. I have made the point, Professor Frimpong Martin. I've been issue. Na anka and say a man yet Sajuman. He shouldn't have been the head of the IMC, the Interministerial Committee Against Illegal Mining. Nanka and say the man. Because anybody who has had an interest in small scale mining, popularly known as Galamsey, a bit disables you from the beginning to wage any war against Galamsey. And your Interministerial Committee, what did we see? the environment got worse than it was before. Me wana. What I say? And my personal view is that Obia who is involved in small scale mine and galamsey, however you characterize it. In the first place, now say this argument no and my position is justified by the outcomes. Say our environment is worse. Yes, you know, I say even more. Our environment. Say the galamsey is free for all. Who would for his own now? Obia yebi. Okay, so see agency more. It means there is no superlative to explain situation. No, I try agency more. Says everybody's in the forest right now, and that's why I keep making the point that the next government ought, as a way of fighting, says they are buying with the Majatum say they've lost it, they can't win it. And any new government ebebano, the first way to deal with it is to conduct an environmental audit. Then who the extent of damage. Then you can begin to think about kwanya ebefaso their redeeming environment. But having said that, so will be the report aba. Now, not long after that, there is an investigation which has been invited. Granting bill. It may not be related to the report, because in your meeting say his invitation and subsequent arrest, related to his work as the chairman of the Interministerial Committee on against illegal mining. And your report now or the buy, but on one case, stewardship is more like accountability as far as his role as the chairman is concerned. And no, and your report now or the betu jano. And I said to me say obi yen hwehwemu about Jumana omoye meaning ya dream because a lot of money went into that program and there's very little to show for it until somebody must answer. But time for me is key. Where sana it now quite to say, oh, you are witch hunting him. Now somebody else is using you to persecute Obia or the reporter, but now they are regarding him as a whistleblower, even though I don't even think that is whistleblowing properly so called. Because you whistleblow on somebody who is above you. What is here? Now, Mkrofo now where his subordinates, Bimusukra, and need to miss her, and so on and so forth. And me, I don't really see him as a whistleblower. But nonetheless, Neoka called, for some further investigations and what have you. Says here, baby, now the conversation is not about Omangas almost worship and that I say you Juma Sikana edition munsem resources no man deny the mono omuye and saying enna at the end of the day near yakas or munya mantimanya and as they say a agency mono. People are trying to link near Ekosiisen to reports now or the buyer. But these are two, they may be mutually reinforcing, but they are two different issues. The report nunkun any Juma or year as chairman of the ICMC and Usunkum. Now OSP Unkrofu bubo Unkrofu be breeding in the report. And secondly, I will see who investigated the role of Professor Frimpong Boateng in the IMCMC and our Interministerial Committee It's not young no down. It was an interministerial committee. There are other ministers who were involved. The Minister for Defense was involved. The Minister for Lands and Natural. No, environment. And environment. And you don't single out one because simply he was the chairman. Yep. If we really want to find out the there should be an interest in finding out from the others what their role was and what they did. But when you narrow it down to just one person, and no man Crawford. That opportunity to say, oh wait dear, it is coming on the back of reports now or release. It may not necessarily be so. And again, report now debate too, I said, look, I didn't find anything evidential in the report, but nonetheless, it is worth looking into. Yeah, Bubon Crawford, and there is this mining company here. Appeared baby our explosion is here and your friend Hosam.
Alaska,
appeared. There is one of the companies I have born Moody in that report. They were responsible for that explosion. Omejumana the SI Ekofasa explosion the buy. And for the life of me, I don't understand how yet to Chroma. Canadians back room they are destroying our forests, and you have people in government supporting them to continue to do that. And even though, like I said, may who evidence from Kubia in that report, but it was more like a guide pointing you to the right places. Say this is a good place to start your investigations. But OSP is not investigating some of the names that have been mentioned, but is conveniently interested in the the role they played and Sika Biden and Hunza. I'm not saying that is bad, but you can't do that and leave some of the cases are by as were contained in the report. And so we need to give us the confidence that you are not just chasing him for releasing that report, but you are doing a complete job, a holistic job. What you must hear. And I like to ask, because the work of the OSP, it whittles away people's confidence in anti-corruption institutions. So far, the cases are the current occupant of that office, APC, when they say, I say we are measuring on the minors. There are a lot of cases that are of public interest. And since Obai, where do you mean, Mr. Mika and Mr. Mbisa? So, is there any case that has been successfully prosecuted under this new OSP? Do you have such a case? I stand educated. So be one case, you bet me I can say, oh, yeah, exactly.
Oh, La Bianca.
Yes. La Bianca,
or the list of cases are.
I'm not talking about list. Successful prosecution.
Okay, it's in process.
How many year
criminal prosecutions in our country?
No, yeah, some of them, you see,
it's not that simple.
Maybe, but some of the cases,
Anyway,
you want evidence now proceeding. Before you even make a case to prosecute, you must have evidence.
Do you know how many times evidence are changing court?
No, but I'm making the point say ansana ubeko court krano to publish, and because they they publish what they are doing in court. Ansana bedroom, not just say you have rock solid evidence before you even proceed. What was here?
I saw your charges to and can be changed in court.
Oh yeah, they can. But as far as I know,
I mean, so as long as I'm going there.
So how about those cases are charges? The charges remain the same.
Okay.
And we've even forgotten, and I'm sure they've also forgotten about cases.
Any other matter in court?
What has here? And to me, the OSP, they need to engender confidence in Ejuma or Moye. And like it is said, the fight against corruption, it should not just be done, but must be seen to be done. What must here? And when once people begin to feel say, you are using that office to pursue certain interests other than the collective interest, a hard journey. And Futu Amidima or Mone say, do your work in such a way that at the end of the day, you are impartial, because you might have been appointed by a certain regime, but your work is for Ghana. And what I say, beyond that, so there are all kinds of those ones are rumors, and let's treat them as rumors. People's relationship, people who work in that office and their relationship with other people and so on. Sometimes, and also your idea a hard journey. People have faith in institutions when they feel say those institutions are impartial and they do their work according to a mandate, and not blinded by relationships, and are not, if you wish, not clouded by their relationships with other people. Are almost shada any juma office honum. I'm not being explicit with names and so on.
Lawyer Brem Nafi.
Oh, Nafi said, okay.
Lawyer Brem.
Nafi said, IMF with you just 30 seconds.
IMF 9
says here, IMF Parliament is demanding, say, Finance Minister Mbe Chichimu, the nature of the program. But what I do know is the memorandum of policies are already called. I think by and large, Enuna ebe the main focus of our program, because IMF doesn't dictate a program. Well, they have all kinds of programs you choose, like whether it's going to be an extended credit facility, it's going to whatever. But the set of policies you pursue, usually you present it to them in the form of a memorandum. Now omujitum say okay, wait a bit to me stabilize the economy, no, then get you out on the path to recovery now. No majatum and sana when your board approval. No. In by and large, I think it is going to largely be the kinds of policies and programs now. Omwankasa omodikoda IMF no, like the fiscal consolidation policies are almost no, and some other macroeconomic policies. But this brings us to a critical question. When you say in CHAP, there was a call for the head of the finance minister. For the life of me, Mintias, why the man is still at post.
Yeah.
Because I can say you a program now.
No man who hand to do you everything. No, what was it? Mofreya Mokazi and Pamu. Mokazi and Pamu. Is a Mokoba Rinsi, no, but I'm so oh, man, but no, it's watching your no, friend of Buzan. And there's a Pamuja answer to Ken on when resign Ukruma. When you did it to her. And a man pension permanent
on your part of a decision maker.
Governor, as some in the catcher TV show, as you doing was easy. Many not to visit that day, yes, you make a chance, man, penny permanent. So, no for pencil because we can put it. Now, one other. On yet, so don't forget it. And I'm more cancer can now, but not say I saw no doctor letters on ours and Krumha. IOTA. 10 minutes to full time. Only about we in terms of one song. Encore. Don't forget it. I am from Sababa. You say, may yet. What I say? Aha. Now, the woman say, you know, I'm from the engine. I say, Yakase, and as a president, Mamma Cassa. About we are quite very tough conditions in Abatios. Now, you just talk about only a bad dream. Sir. Yet I can Ghana acquire me from any Kenya Yako, any Kenya Yako, but the governor. Beninsa Phoebe and Munsel. This very time, the Albano, a same million in our home. Shadia, I'm my first issue. Yes, say, ye fool. Yentum according to two things inflation and then exchange rate. I am a for condition back on. You be increasing fuel per the exchange rate and per inflation. So what it means is that inflation air cost run with fuel over cost. Exchange rate don't mean my form or my form one and to fuel one because I had that is the reason.
But what have been the case in the past?
No, in the past it has been based on the exchange rate. Based on the exchange, no, it has been so in the past. And on the exchange, most of the one cover so that because and could be best 2019. The most of the excuse and BDCs in the was based on
19.
Ekosiisen. 1 liter. 1 liter Ekosiisen. No, make a fool as a move. You are not a music. Menka dollar. Make a fool. It could do 19 or so per liter. And as I'm at 19, okay. So I call on maybe this is an argument I know the man say exchange rate near then. So in the past it has been based on this, but now we say I'm a friend a year friend saying inflation so bad I be attach back on no. A BM one say you can yasem you see but every quarter. Come it will I'm say lawyer with them sir. I'm a financial yen
but I remember President Mama saying that we need to pay realistic price when it's about these.
No, but you don't index fuel price into inflation.
No, but I'm a
financial what do you find say? You put the call. Say you put the equipment maybe say Sabre ya tihi and abo miesa economy na nye bibia nemo bottom. But me no masam no. Was it no amount of economic gymnastics can change that? Rather, economy na no butum. Ah, butum of 5 cedi go wonya bi no. Wo so butum kan yam every 3 months. Kobra, ye na mani o. Ana so na wo so wonya mande enko no. Ni ba no ko ne na mani. Wo so man mande so anyinko. This is the issue that we are talking about. Adena mu ko ye pe exchange rate na mu no. Yesu.
Not inflation.
Now, what's inflation?
Create further inflation.
It
will create further inflation.
Yeah, but I'm surprised that
it is part of it.
part of it way.
Because all can you see? No.
Honorable.
Because
If the price of fuel, not because price no cost no, what's my price now cost you are increasing.
have you seen the IMF document?
Which of the
Which one?
I mean, one final policy document. One now. No, I can afford it to me. One number, for them all. Now, why can't? What do you have? I don't know. They make it. Yeah, but I'm trying to be a very good problem. But what you want to do? And can you have some of your king? Yet, the name Puna, Sabita Fajin, can you to me? Can you to me? Afibia be a bear back when I'm you. And Numpun Cobra. People have issues with it. Every day, people are complaining. Then they say, but one because you are IMF and many be abandoned. Okay, what Mr. Tintin now? She said through this IMF prayer by one key to the dear coy a debt.
That's the main reason.
The main reason you copy IMF from Echo. Alright, now the other I am out of hope. Near me, Yan say, oh, come slow. The second day, and Muhammad time no board, they went 1,000% when is here. But typical of 1,000% now can win more. Wouldn't do it here. Do it here, say what 2 would you have something free. Muhammad 122 money, I can also sing the as Muhammad. You also watch. You mean gentleman goes away. Gentleman goes away. Was wouldn't said your own I know the crown. So I say, but you must see, I must say. But me can say some time ago during the 2015-2016 IMF policy time. What say? Ya call because aban no NTF to for the man and you must see what say. Alright? You must see what say. One more I to no TV. What you know? And now what more? Or can one my yabo? What you can from that? And I'm going to send you as well saying or to a ban for banning for I'm saying what can you imagine?
Okay.
Just for over into the brain.
That's what we want.
Yeah, and then they would
interview now yet. Let's collectively.
I was
Parliament you be in chair. But this Asitrano, I did about PM any media review.
I said,
almost IMF in season near the Ekosiisen, and don't you move to propaganda because by then, no, and so many PR. And some are moved to and I'm coming to media review. No, IMF in some any who is saying that at the NDC, Ramama Kanya, man for Entumu. Media review here. I feel that OSP. I never call me and OSP. I never call me and say what the two just say. Sir, investigation. He's invited people into the hundreds. The power to suffer woman dossier. From Pombati Diano, and someone a D can buy any tea, and I'll be paid. And won't you know, what meaning say, or you'll be at then someone or the two draining or the better wanting. The wash us here. A bit of shots here near impossible be say Ekoso. But here are from Pombati who's yes. But also so far Yana man for a use media no. So that's here. I will call Hochemusanwa. You want the media to follow the case. Into the Wabe and no release it at the media. No money. Now OSP
also no media man into tricks the way
they see it. Make us about say Yana.
Some media man into tricks in the
so much arrest you. And also, which
sometimes,
what you cause voluntarily say, me coach him as I see you under arrest.
I'm not in something falling someone not millionaire. Ghana, we still have an untapped economy. Now, who ye businessman, and that's who you'll be a woody be. Wouldn't say you hear Nisika, Pudu. Now, what you did, IMF mu a abai e wo mu say conditions bi wo mu ni ade so be nya kwa but I'm telling you this kind of inflow no the eba beboa ama yen susudua ahodo inflation money ade nyina no acheke no because you see we know say
somebody say
na